Spirit of the one and only true living God rests and abides in you. I am getting ready to, in about 5 minutes, join my co-host, my counsel, and we are going to talk about it there. But I just got into a public, very heated debate and discussion with Dr. Spirit on Hardly Initiated, and I know I'm right. I don't care whose platform she sits on. I don't care how many books she's reading. I don't care what she call herself. Um, I think that the information that she's given to women that desire to be wives is accurate and correct. It's not biblical. And a lot of people are following this information because it seems to be this um, plague, going um, back and forth, gender wars, um, lack of relationships, black women not able to find um, good men. Therein is the problem. Women are not supposed to find anything. It's opposite our nature. We don't chase, we attract. And I absolutely do believe and know that you can be right in the confines of your home when God is ready for you to be a partner, to be a wife, to be a spouse. He will send to you what He has for you. Until then, you have to be content with who you are and where you are. You have to love your Creator first and then love yourself. Fall in love with the one that made you and fall in love with you. Because I guarantee you that if people were in love with themselves, and yes, my name is Narcissa, um, am I a narcissist? Call it what you want to call it, but I love myself. I am in love with myself, and nobody. Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Stepper 88. Thank you so much for joining in. Um, and nobody can make me feel, think any other way. It's not conceitedness. It's not arrogance. It's not unhealthy. You can't love anybody until you fully love yourself. And most people out here today don't love themselves, don't even like themselves. Hi. And so we are getting ready to go live on Instagram, Iced Out Productions, and we're going to have this conversation. I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to keep my YouTube going while either logging on to the Instagram because this is going to get some traffic. I know I'm probably going to get some pushback, and I'm ready for it. Things are not consist. Hi, Valerie. Hi. Things happen. Everything happens for a reason, and I've been doing. I don't even need to explain the journey that God has had me on. This whole trend of healing, this process. I've been there, done that. And so I'm going to invite you in to my life so you can get an understanding of who I am, how I came to be, because I know that I'm completely, fearfully, and wonderfully made. And I hope that you know that about yourself too. Don't just go willy-nilly taking people's advice because 9 times out of 10, these people are out here giving wrong advice. So you be wise who you listen to and who you take information from, because it's only going to be you that pay the price for it. I don't care if I have 1, 2, 3, 4 watchers, subscribers, whatever. You hearing it from me. If you are a woman of God, you don't go look for anything. God knows the desires of our heart. And when it's our time, when it's your time, He will send you what you need when you're ready and when that person is ready. Most of these relationships are failing and crashing out because the individuals haven't done the self-work to even be ready for what a marriage comes for. People think that marriage is all gravy and all smiles. No, you're going to have a lot of bad days. You're going to have a lot of dark days. You are coming into the most powerful weapon on earth, is the covenant between a man and a woman. You think you're not going to be under attack? Get ready, because you absolutely are. So no, it's not going to be every day happy. But when you're committed to it for purpose and you understand that this was God's design for your life, who you are purposed with, no matter what comes, you're going to stick it out and you're going to be loyal and faithful to your covenant with your Creator, who is your husband. That's who teaches you how to love a man. That's who teaches you, not mama, not daddy, not these podcasters, not these so-called relationship experts, none of that. Only person that's going to teach you how to love who God created for you is God. And if you don't understand that, if you can't comprehend that, it's not going to work. Because marriage is not about happiness. It's about wholeness and completion and purpose. Has nothing to do. You think Moses was happy when he was charged with leading his people to out of Egypt? Hell no. He said, what am I going to do with these fools? They is cutting up. I can't get them to listen. They whining, complaining. He was not happy, but he understood the purpose that God had for him, and he committed to his purpose. He didn't commit to a person. If you're committing to a person, you're going to fall short every time. So remember that. And if nobody else told you, then you remember right where you got it from. I am Media Queen. I am joining in my council members because I'm making smoke today. That really hurt my feelings that children of God would say, get her out of here. And that's supposed to be a Christian podcast. Not frustrated with my life. I have an amazing life. Absolutely amazing life. I am so full, so content. And it's not happiness that I have, it's joy. Unbelievable, undescribable joy. Can't get that from a person. No person can ever bring you the fulfillment and the joy that the one that made you. People run into, why would you run to any other source? If I want to know about me, I'm going to go to who made me. That's the only place I'm going to get the answers that I need. All right. Let me bring in my crew. Y'all stay with me. I'm maneuvering this operating on two phones. Yep, I got two phones. One for the plug and one for the load. So if this is how I have to do it, this is how I have to do it. Okay. So, let me see. I'm in here. Okay, what we live on? Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to go here. And nope, here, live. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that one's still going. Okay, let's see. Dupe, invite guests, select. Okay, go live together. Next. Oops. Nope. Next. Send invite link. Message. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with me. And you are absolutely right, John. We have to be born again because the world that we're born in is full of sin. It's full of sin. It's full of misguidance. It's full of indoctrination. It's full of everything but God. So we have to be born again. That's what it means to be in this world, but not of this world. It means that you understand the way that the world thinks and the things that the world does, we're not going to do. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. And when you understand that, you have a responsibility, a calling to not. That's why the world perishes for lack of knowledge, or his people, rather. Not the world, but he says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. They absolutely do. We absolutely do. Because if we have world-renowned authors, if we have people that have 60, 70,000 followers, right? Because that's what it is, a following. People that absorb what you say, the information that you put out and take it as gospel, right? So if you're leading people astray, not only are you hurting them, but guess who is going to be accountable? You going to be accountable for leading people astray. Do you think our Father is going to be pleased about that? Do you? Do you think our Father is going to say, well, you wrote XYZ number of books, you did good for yourself, you successful, you had a nice house, and, you did all the things in life. So I'm just going to excuse the fact that you just you led millions of peoples down the wrong road, because you were successful financially in life. Come on in. Do you think our Creator is going to say that to us? I don't. I don't think that is going to get a well done, my good and faithful servant. So what are we doing? What are we really doing? Okay, it looks like, let me see. Oh, I'm waiting. It says I'm waiting. Okay. Y'all check out and check right back in with me. So I'm going to end this one and I'm going to bring on that other one. And I want to know. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start inviting you guys in and getting your commentary and your input, because if you're watching for a reason, and I want to know what you think and how you feel about what I'm saying and the information that I'm giving to you, because I don't want to be one of those ones that are out here giving out wrong information, because I don't do anything for monetary gain. I don't like, have not liked, I have never liked social media, public platforms, because everybody on there is has either got an ulterior motive or being someone and something that they're really not. This is me. Not finna dress it up. I'm not finna do anything that I don't do in my normal everyday. I don't wear makeup every day. I don't wear makeup at all. I don't even know how to apply it at my big age of 45. Some days I do, most days I don't. Not enough time in my day, because that's not something that I should be worried about. I'm clean, I'm groomed, I take care of myself, and I don't need smoke and mirrors to get my message out. If you can't receive my message with this plain face and these freckles, peace, 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 brother.
How you doing?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I we waiting for Ice. I'm already live on my YouTube. I told you I couldn't sit with it. I had to just come on in and and start giving the people my perspective on things, because I know, I know people probably gonna be like, well, who is she and who. I am a child of the Most High. What He has given me authority to say and do and speak is the gospel, is biblical, and it's accurate. And I really, it does break your heart, don't it? You know what I mean? It break your heart. When you
That's where I sit at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a man, and it breaks my heart, so I can just imagine how the females be.
Right.
I don't even say it. I just keep my composure.
Yeah.
I smile because it's real and genuine, but my heart beat, bro.
Bro.
My heart,
yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I'm really disheartened. I'm really disheartened that we still haven't, what I mean? Like you said, we having conversations that don't matter. We got work that we have to do. We talking about kingdom building. We got work, and we steady getting tripped up on these conversations and, stuff that don't matter. Like, people don't even know, like, once you start kingdom building, then maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe God will send you the husband that you want and that you desire and that's what I said, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point? What's the point of me? She was like, women sitting at home, ain't doing nothing with themselves and blah blah blah, won't get themselves together to go out. No, go out where? She said,
you already got the energy to where it be like, I don't gotta go outside myself, I can just go inside.
Yeah. It's like, what's that? Ain't nothing in the streets but disaster. You know, I say she ain't going on she not coming on. Why? It says you're not. I am live. I am live. We waiting.
It's funny because that's why I be having to smoke. Like, I gotta calm my nerves and chill before. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. Let me see. Are we live yet? No, we still not live. We in the waiting space. But yeah, I had to have a little glass of wine, and I don't drink. I'm not a drinker, but um I'm gonna have some tea and just mellow myself out. I am mellow, but at the same time, it's just like it's just wrong. It's just all wrong. Um,
Yeah,
you know
that's a
what I
fact.
mean? Like it's really all wrong out here. It's
Cause
all
it don't make
wrong.
sense.
It
It don't
don't.
make sense. So it'd be like, cause it really come down to this. How I say 1+1 equals 2. It'd be like, why is we doing this and doing that, and we ain't getting no further? And you mean to tell me that people is not that smart to understand that we got to do something else for, you know what I'm saying? And this is the whole world,
The whole
not the
world.
whole world. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
and listen, they got all these. Not to cut you off, they
mhm.
got all these talk shows and things, and everybody go on, and everybody just doing all this.
Just yip yapping. Just yip yapping, and then all these conversations about the church, and it's like, okay, like is it anybody even reading the Bible these days? Because in the Bible it said God was against the church. He was
Yeah,
against the church, and he was against religion, and people keep running to these churches and these pastors for salvation, and it's like them people not gonna save you, they going hell.
man. We can only save ourselves for everybody, man.
You only can save yourself. I'm not
Everybody be bugging out.
responsible. I'm not we're not gonna be responsible for nobody else but us. When judgment come, and then really all through life, the only person's actions that I can control, even my kids. Okay, so let's go on the Instagram. Let me tell her to send Instagram, because my live is still going, so people still see me on YouTube. I don't want to log this off because I have people, Brian Cummings, where I know you from. I feel like I know you. But Ice is going to we're gonna go on live on IG. So log off of here and let's meet over there.
All right, on hers or yours?
On hers, because mine don't go live.
All right.
Okay. Technical difficulties. Not even really technical difficulties. I didn't plan for any of this to happen. I just when I went on to my YouTube, because I was actually going to check my page, and hardly initiated, just the live had popped up on my feed, and so I pushed it, and then it said, open this link to be joined in, and I wasn't even chimed in on like the entire conversation, but when I got on it and I saw her and how she was talking about, and it's a lot of the points that she was talking about was right, about the getting healed from trauma, and all these things, and this, that, and the third. Well, one thing that people need to understand and to know about trauma and trauma experiences, you absolutely do have to do that work, that self healing, especially when it's things that directly affect the relationships that you have with other people, um, as it pertains to relationship, having, childhood traumas, or, being abused, or having abusive relationships. You do have to um, come to terms with and let go of the scars from that. But as long as we are living in flesh and alive on this planet, we are never going to be completely healed, because people that you encounter will hurt you, So, oh, I am. Oh, I love. Look at my big sis drinking her tea. Oh, look at that beautiful face. I am blessed and highly favored, and just so thankful and grateful to be in your space and in your presence. I see you got the calmness going, cuz honey, let me tell you, the last hour and a half, it's been real for your girl. Actually, this whole day has been kind of awkward. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to put that in the chat and say that publicly. But I spoke to Dr. Umar today, about having a conversation about this whole, you know what I mean, attack on the black woman, and saying that, the black woman is too hard and too hurt and too traumatized to be fulfilling, and a companion for a man, and that's total garbage. I don't believe that. I cast that down, throw it into the lake of fire, because that's not true. But I was laying in my bed. I told you, I was going to take a little cat nap, before we had got on. And so my phone had chimed, and I picked it up, and on my YouTube, Hardly Initiated, they were in a live. And so Hardly Initiated are the Christian brothers. I met them when I went to the Invest Fest at the for EYL, um, and and I felt like, they've been doing a wonderful job, bringing these Christian conversations to the table. There he is. There he is. He had to be my woosah and help me breathe. But yeah, so I chimed in, and I just clicked on this link, and it said, it took me to a private room to where I could actually talk to them live on air, and ask Dr. Spirit a question. So when I had tapped into it, she was giving this information. She was talking to a young lady about, she's saying, she don't know where to go to find a good man, and what is she doing wrong, and this and that, and so the woman, or Dr. Spirit, she was saying, well, you got to do this. That's Ricky Smiley's. Is that Ricky Smiley's psychologist? I don't know. She Ricky Smiley. I believe so. Oh, she got to be some kind of Ricky Smiley. Now I'm really finna do some. No, I'm serious. Cause Ricky Smiley, that nigga is a nut. Is she Ricky Smiley's psychologist? Oh, but that's what I'm saying. He
No, that's what I'm saying. I heard you.
Yeah, I did too. Like he a nut. You know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show Ricky Smiley is an absolute nut. But I love him to pieces. I do too. I love him to pieces, but he a nut. You know what I mean? I love him to pieces.
What do you mean a nut? He's not a negative person.
I'm not saying he a negative person. He just a nut.
And that part, I haven't seen him enough to understand like and that he just part, lost his son too.
I do. Like I said, I love Ricky Smiley, but Ricky Smiley a nut. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, and he know he a nut. You know what I mean? So we all nuts at this point. I kind of feel, yeah, right. So right. So back to my what I was saying. So I chimed in on this part where she was saying the young lady was saying she don't know where to go to find a man. What is she doing wrong and this and this and that? And she was like, well, what kind of circles are you putting yourself in? And like what are you looking like? How are you coming out into the world? You can't just be sitting at home, in your same routine and thinking that a man is just gonna come to you or whatever. So she was encouraging her to get out and do things and whatever, which um I'm in agreement with if it's what God says. Just like how it was God that said, what's up, Corey? That's Corey. That's one of our school members. That is Shaman King. That's Corey. Yes, I love you. I love you. So
with the podcast. He's talking about the podcast.
Yeah, he do Corey and all kind of things. He rap, he freestyle. He got clothing line. What is it? Born Royal.
You need to tap in.
He would, yeah, y'all definitely gonna connect and link. But I was sharing with them, right? How I just got into this public roasting session with Hardly Initiated and this Dr. Spirit. And so I'm glad that it's men on here that I know are God fearing men, and I can get your perception. The world can get your perception. You have to request on Isis. Send her a request to join if you want to come in. Come in live, and so my. But go ahead, beloved. So my question was to her. They asked me what was my question for Dr. Spirit, and my question was to her. I said, she's supposed to. I said, you're a God fearing woman. You believe in the Lord and all of this. And I said, that's not scriptural. You know what I mean? I said, women don't chase. We attract. Yeah. So why would you be advising? Why are people, relationship experts, pastors, preachers, teachers, all of this? Like, why are you instructing women to go out and look for a man when the word says, and that's just basic law. You know what I mean? A man, a kingdom-minded man, and a man that knows he's a man. A man is a natural hunter. Absolutely. So he ain't going that's like that. Right. You know what I mean? Like so looking for nothing. Right. So it's like, why would you advise women to be out here looking for men when that's not what the word says to do? The word says that he who finds himself a wife finds himself a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord. So she asked me, she said, are you married? And I said, I'm married to my Father in heaven. My God, in which I am. I am in covenant. Peace to the guys. Peace to the guys, Corey. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Blessed.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you. We can see you. So, yeah, he just went, yeah, I see. Y'all favor. Y'all from the same, y'all.
I can't see
I can see. I can
can't
see.
see. I can only see us three.
I see everybody. I see everybody. Y'all look like y'all could be
Okay.
brothers for real.
Let me hang up and join back in. I got you.
You, I don't know. I seen them just fine. But so okay, so my train of thought was like, okay, so she
Then
said,
I'm
so
about to
she
ask
said,
where
so
yeah.
yeah, so I told her, I said, I am married. I'm a bride to my creator. And she's like, well, I don't know. She said, well, that's my father. That's a father. That's my what'd you say? I don't look me. Well, I said, that's my father. My father is my husband. That's my first love. You know what I mean? That's who I'm under covenant with. And she's like, well, that's what, well, you don't need a husband then if God is your husband. I said, well, he's my spiritual husband. But when God desires for me to have a mate on this earth, then he's going to send. The purpose for a husband is to be physically in present what God is to me in heaven. You know, so for from that's how I make that correlation.
Beloved.
Okay.
Corey, I'm going to need you to hold on. I'm trying to get him in, so please bear with me. Go live.
Oh, and I got engaged on here too because I'm live on my YouTube page. And
my Wi-Fi is acting, but I can reach out to you all. Love and appreciate y'all. Okay, hold on.
I saw him just fine.
Okay, it says he's able to join. We should have just let him be.
Yeah.
Without the film. I'm trying. All right, Queen. I'm not going to, Corey, log off, log back on, and we'll see what we can do. Request again. I'm not going to stop your flow no more. I apologize. Please continue.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I wanted him in because I wanted his input. Okay, that's fine. Peace and blessings, and may the spirit of the one and only true living God cover and protect you at your event. It's all love. You set the intention, and what's meant to be is meant to be. So we definitely we got kingdom building to do. So you ain't going nowhere. I already know it. But so yeah, so it got real, kind of fiery. And then they just got like disrespectful, and they was like, oh, get her out of here. Yeah, and was like, well, get her out of, and she was like, and she said, well, he said, well, I don't understand, Narcissa. You it sounds like you kind of I'm not frustrated with my situation in life. I'm frustrated that they so close-minded as men of God that they don't understand what I say when I say that I'm a bride of Christ. If they're Christian men, they should yeah, go ahead, sis.
Okay, so the thing is, when you're enlightened and you're enlightening others, everyone is not able to accept your truth, and everyone is not willing to evolve and become enlightened with what you have to offer. So we've had this conversation before behind closed doors, and I'm going to keep it as uplifting as possible because I too have gone through these revelations. I've gone through it on TikTok, baby. These women was just man bashing. I was like, okay, but y'all not toxic, and it wasn't why is it nothing like what you're talking about. They was just straight man bashing. It nauseated me to see the state of venom and viciousness and divisiveness that we have to one another, not as a mass, but as pockets, and the way that people will feed that venom and not open their heart and their mind to another train of thought of love. And instead of, like Brother Free Game would say, I'm sitting here spitting love to you, you telling me, you gaslight me, trying to make it seem like I'm telling you something crazy and wrong when I know I'm telling you love, but everybody's not willing to accept the truth. And especially when you're course correcting someone. When you're letting them know what real truth is, what real love is, what agape love is, what it does mean to be a sex explicit woman, because I will say you are a sex explicit one, safe, sexy, single, and celibate as myself, and to walk in God's divine light and be a woman, I don't want to say a Ruth, is it Ruth and Boaz? Someone waiting on her Boaz for real, and not just for these streets and these sheets as well, but for real about kingdom building and kingdom business, and would rather mind her business than to be caught in the bull, and will also enlighten others to share her light and her experience and saying, hey, there's another way, and what you're saying is wrong. Like, I have kickback when it says first come love, then comes marriage, then comes so-and-so with the baby carriage. People get pissed off because we're all going, first comes the sheets, we gonna get in the streets, and then baby is like the least of our worry, because y'all all got HIV and cooties, and I'm not trying to deal with none of y'all.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
So it be some real, loop-de-loop type stuff going on. So you know, it's like, don't take it to heart. You know, that's why we're here sharing our kingdom truth. So, and I get exactly what you're saying. And from what I'm hearing, from what you're saying, I haven't heard anything wrong. The only thing that it was is that it was not your platform. So therefore, they had the capability to shut you down.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, well, we got our brother on here, our high level masculine, and I definitely want to hear his opinion and his perspective on, like, it's different. I think people, I think people have a misperception of, the whole looking and finding. It's like when you're obedient, it doesn't mean that you're not going to stumble into and you're not going to meet. But if you going out here strictly with the purpose of, I gotta find a man, 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 and you not listening to what God is telling you to do, you're going against. Right. So
So you don't have to do all that. It's going to vibrate to you.
Right. So say it again. So start over, brother Free Game, and give your prescriptures. Your my spiritual mentor. I had to chime in and talk to her and ask her, if I did, if I did anything. I know I didn't do anything wrong or say anything wrong. But I always seek wise counsel in things that I do. So she was sending me back scriptures. But go ahead, brother, and start from the beginning and give us, share with the world, what it means to be, a man of standard in the dating sense, and how you would perceive a woman out here looking for a man, if you think that that's right or wrong.
No, it's crazy because I'm gonna say this spiritually, and I'm gonna say the fact of it, so we could cut a lot of stuff out. Meaning this, right? One is universal law. The law of attraction is one. Two, we know that our souls seek, like, everybody believe in karma. You understand that whatever you do is gonna come back to you. So if we just stick to that, my thing is like, I know who I am, and a female know who she is. She's not gonna have to do all the extra stuff. It's just like, well, I'm gonna say this too. This the biggest thing, right? That's like for men. It's like whenever you meet that right one, it's like you gonna know. It's not gonna be no undeniable thing, because it's like, yeah, they gonna make you feel so crazy and different, to where it's like, for even as a man, you're gonna have to get at her. You're gonna have to call her like, listen, man, I think we need to what I'm saying? Because it's just like it's an energy.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever a female stimulates you different, you understand even her aura, like being around her. She one thing about it, whether she make you feel like you where you supposed to be, but it's just like you get it because it's a high. You don't got to do no drugs. That's gonna be the drug.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the jewels right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's some freaking game. Yeah,
right.
That's for sure. And like you just know the beat. Like when you around her, like life will stop, and it just be so everything just be so great. Like you don't feel like everybody else. You don't got that negative feeling. You ain't worried about talking about people. It's just like it's like you took a blast. Whether the same way people smoke weed and you just be high. It's that stimulation to where it's like it's pushing through your body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's pushing through your body, whether it feel like the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just be on a different vibration, and it's excitement. And my thing is this, right? Everything that we go through now, it's like, not to say it's more down, but you know, we be up and down all day, but it's a different when you just high all day. When you really catch that wave and you on that beat, you on that rhythm, it's like it's different to where it's like you done been through so much, you don't even want to leave that person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
take me with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. Right. And
I love that song. This is a song to go, I don't care where we go. I don't care what we do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't care, pretty baby. Just take me with you. Purple Rain, y'all.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
The purple one.
Yeah.
That song is everything to me.
Right.
Like, that's
and
real stuff.
and
it goes the same way for the women too.
Right.
We know.
We do.
I love to hear because I don't have big brothers. I don't have brothers that will say, you know what, this is the real free game right here. This is how it really be for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's something in my heart, just knowing and being around and nurturing men. Y'all feel very deeply.
Yeah, they actually really feel deeper than we do. You know what I mean? They just don't express it, and the world, you know, and like people don't okay, so there's all, and I love Mr. Jason Wilson because he breaks down like the comprehensive man and all this and that, you know, about all the emotion we have every emotion that God has. We have because he had it first. So he felt joy, pain, just all of those things. And why I feel like God blessed David to be a ruler, and promised that someone from his bloodline would always rule, because David was not afraid to show his emotion. You know, like what his first encounter with God, like he was running through the mountains and running through the streets, singing, dancing, praising. He was like, I just love the God that I serve. I love him. It's like that high that brother that free game was talking about. When you so in love, and that's how I be dancing all out in the streets, in public. Like when God's spirit just fall on me, I literally be like that. But a lot of people are afraid to show what that praise and worship looks like. But here you have a man that's not afraid to show his emotion, his true emotion. You know, a man that shows his true emotion. That's the most powerful man on earth, because he's realizing, you know what I mean? I'm gonna hurt. It's gonna be like you said, like Pac and Scarface said, it's gonna be some things that you gonna see that's gonna make it hard to smile. God know you gonna have to cry. He know you gonna have to shout. He know you gonna have to get down on your knees and be like, Lord, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with this pain. I can't deal with this anger. I can't deal with it. I can't deal. You gotta help me. That's what he's waiting for, and ain't the reason why we divided as cultures and as kingdoms, and is because you got all of these men in this battle and this struggle for power and right, you know what I mean, and nobody. Right, and physically, you know, because nobody is willing to just break down and cry and yeah, and say, when are we going to get right? When are we going to get this right? Like, you know, like I cry for like the way, even dad, you know what I mean? Like, so what, we hurt. So what, I've been hurt, and that I've been, the only way that you can become anything, you can't become anything until you've been broken. You can't. You can't. You, your flesh. You literally have to kill yourself. Right. So for people to be flexing and be like, you know, I got it all together and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and I'm healed and I'm this and I'm that. You so healed that you gonna tell me get out of here? Is that what a healed person say to another child of God? Sound like they struck some chords to me. You know, it did. It's that, what you call that, righteous anger. You know, like I really feel like a right, but it's not what, but you know, it's still all love, because what I saw in that little stint is like, okay, here we got an author, you know what I mean, an author, she a psychologist, and she, you know what I mean, she got all these accolades and this and that, and they got their podcast and they doing big things and this and that. And I'm saying to myself, and y'all still flop. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't even, not even where I am. You know, in my little old 75 subscribers, you know what I mean? But I got my real ones. I got my rocks. You know what I mean? And I know we ain't saying nothing wrong. You know, we own one accord. We know who we are, what we are, and we know what we need to do. You know, and that's what you know, like tomorrow we were saying earlier, like all these conversations, like I look at it in real time. You know, like right now, you know, that's how my heart be. You know, like right now in this very instant, it's somebody that needs saving. Father, cover them right now. Somebody's dodging bullets right now in the streets. Somebody running from the police right now. Our people, our children out there in the streets fighting for their life every day, losing them. We losing them. God, cover them right now. Those children that's in there, that's out there in the streets looking for love in all the wrong places. They ain't got to go to church, but Father, just send them somebody that's going to put them on the right path, that's going to give them the straight, that's going, you know, take an interest in what's going on in their life. Ain't nothing wrong with these kids. You're mute. Oh, okay. But there's the what's wrong with these kids in this generation is just it's just no love. It just ain't no everything. Like, well, we have to speak truth to power. That's something we really need to be very mindful of. Yeah. The power in our words and the way that we speak. We have to speak positive. Yeah. Because so if you continue speaking on the negative, then that's what we will attract. Oh yeah, it's done. It's done. They are covered. We are not losing. We have already won. And we have to say, dear Lord, we know, we thank you for their covering. We thank you for saving us. Yeah. We thank you for bringing us together. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
in all things, and especially when we speaking
Right.
out loud.
Out loud.
Especially
Yeah,
when we speak out
especially.
loud.
And I know that.
That's
I know
what
that.
We have to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
It's very, it's so crucial. I told y'all this. I'll be trying not to be.
Oh yeah,
but it's critical. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
I'm very anal retentive
and careful.
speaking,
yeah.
and hearing things.
Yeah.
When it comes to our frequency.
Yeah.
We are healed.
We are. We are.
We are united.
We are. We are.
We have won the battle.
We are.
We, as a matter of fact, we took it back now.
We are. We are. We are. Yes. Call it done. Call it done and count it all joy. And I know that too. Yes, and I know that, and that's why I have like so much joy, because I already know, like all of this is just like, it's almost like like when you have an earthquake and then you have the tremors that come after, you know what I mean? And it's like it's like we in a shock effect, and we can't. It's like we can't believe it, you know what I mean? But we can. It's not even we can believe, but it's done. So now it's like I'm ready. I've been conditioning myself for a long time. My day starts at 4 a.m. That's why I ain't got time to be looking all cute and putting on makeup and all this stuff. At 4 a.m., I'm up. I'm covering my house in prayer. I'm putting on food for my kids for the day. I'm, doing my house chores. I'm praying.
What you do, look cute. What you talking about?
Oh, thank you. I received that. It's just natural me. But I am beautifully, fearfully, and wonderfully made. But yes, absolutely. But I am that. You know what I mean? I am that hands-on. I know that God is conditioning me to, hey, you gonna be preparing meals for, hundreds, for thousands, for, you gonna be doing this groundwork. You're gonna be facilitating. You're gonna be teaching these kids. You gonna be feeding these men. I've been conditioning myself for quite some time for this kingdom building and kingdom building. That's why I just went scrap on everything. If anybody knows me, like since I was 13 years old, I've been rocking nails in acrylic. You know what I mean? Before it was even a thing, 3-inch. You know what I mean? I could 10,000 words on the keyboard with 3 inches. You know what I mean? And so, but what God, showed me is like, okay, all of that is done. You know what I mean? It's over with. Take care of your natural hands and stuff, but your hands finna be in the earth. Your hands finna be feeding, it's finna be serving, and you ain't got time to be busting up nails and busting up your fingers and injuring your nail beds and all that. Just you good. You all right. You don't need none of that to be you anyway. And plus, we didn't send, and that's another thing that we gonna, flip and get into the subject. I didn't send how many Asian and Korean children to college, getting my nails and my feet done. When am I gonna start putting that aside and that's what I started doing. I charged myself. I said, okay, all the money that I would spend on getting my hair and my nails done, I'm gonna put that in the bank. In a year, that's $5,000. $5,000 that went to my kids something, rather than me sitting up in their shop spending it on them hair and nails and all of that. So if I'm going, we didn't pay for everybody else's, and that's another thing. We didn't pay for everybody else's kids to go to school, to go to college, to get good educations, to buy houses, and then we're gonna tell our own they got to get out here and go work because we didn't tricked off the money and we didn't gave it to other people. How y'all feel about that? How you feel about that? Am I speaking truth?
About being conscious.
But am I speaking?
Definitely not something we supposed to be doing. It's crazy because we supposed to all literally have an understanding of that, and like it's like we should all like stuff like that is supposed to like really be common sense to us, but it's like we so caught up in the fairy tale. It's like the simulation is crazy. This simulation is it's scary. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
I'll chime in. When I was, are you still going?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Okay. If we can, if we, and this is just a suggestion, for your show, but I know when it's my night, I'm gonna ask for y'all to say that's my piece. So I know we all know that it's a complete thought and have some type of signal when we want to chime in.
Okay.
So it's a true dialogue and conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was program administrator over Network for Neighborhood Success, and I'm going to continue, when I speak on these things, I'm going to continue to chime in so that even though you all might know, the masses might only be picking up on this episode, they might not know. So just, it will become redundant, and that is the reason. So Network for Neighborhood Success, 501c3 Youth Leadership Program, Cleveland, Ohio. There was a young family of young ladies who was in our program, and our director, our executive director, she was at that time plant-based and vegan, and we would have a chef come in, and we were only asking, I think, $5, but this chef, she done spent all the grant money to bring the chef in and to introduce our youth to not only fine dining, but healthy dining as well. And these particular youth, their parents would go to the Improv, the Funny Bone now, or the comedy show down in the Flats. So they would get their clothes, they would get, they drink and whatever. And Ms. Davis had called these parents and said, hey, can you, send the money for your children for their lunch? They with us all day on Saturdays. And one of the young ladies hadn't hung up the phone. And the mother said, I'm not paying for no chef. I ain't about to be spending my money on no boo. Baby girl hangs up the phone. Miss Davis hears it, the parents hear it. Child never comes back. Devastated. We later have seen them, but devastated. You mean to tell me you could trick off $200, $300 a week on your clothes, your nails, if that little bit, hair, what have you, and we ask you for $5 a week to educate your child, give your child food that's life, and prepare them for whatever they want to be in their future. Give them mentorship, give them professional mentorship, prepare them for all their needs. And you can't give us $5, baby. It is a major hoodwink. It is a major disparity. There is a major mindset reset that has to be done with the masses. It needs to be a mass withdrawal from major media, major everything.
Companies,
from the music, from the just all the gates. We need to close our gates, close our circle. And another thing that I must say in our defense is that we are inundated on a constant, from the time we wake up, if we have our devices on while we sleep, of self-hate, self-loathing on a mass scale. And I will always go back to Willie Lynch. Right? So with Willie Lynch, it is everybody against everybody, the young against the old, the light against the dark, the male against the woman. And this is like 1560 something. I want to say a Haitian slave owner gave this speech in Roanoke, Virginia, and it said it would take a phenomenon to break this cycle if they were to implement his order, in which we are still underneath. No, cancel. We are rising out of this phenomenon. So, with that being said, we must, each one teach one. We must not judge, and we must walk and be that light and align and harmonize ourselves with those who are in enlightenment and in alignment and keep on moving. And baby, we don't have the time to worry about the rest. By Baba said it himself. Some of them is just gonna be dead. Some of us, I'm not trying to save because y'all my enemies too. Everybody who is your color is not your brother.
Right.
And that's just on God, and that's
It,
our peace.
yeah, it is. And that kind of brings into ties into the next, what I wanted to cover is the whole Black, Friday thing, which was only ever designed um for Black people to put the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? Because you're talking about profit and you're talking about quarters, and all of these, every corporation, they operate in quarters. So, the last, November to December, Black in the corporate world represents positive. They always tell us that Black represents negative, but they know that when they in the Black, they good. You know what I mean? They profiting, they making hand over fist and all of that good stuff. So Black Friday was only ever created, for us to mass dump money into these companies, these corporations, and put them even that much further ahead. And my thing is, no, we don't need to boycott Black Friday. We need to ball out like never been before, but we need to only spend on each other. So what I want to do, and I know it's probably either a website or start circulating, if everybody already have products on deck. Brother Free Game, you got your ebooks and your things that you doing. We can start a rolling scroll and maybe separate them by, this is literature, this is finance, this is clothing, this is apparel, this is health and beauty, this is fitness, this is clothing, this is dog supplies. You know what I mean? Make a cat. Didn't me and Damar was just talking about that the other day, that us as Black people, we don't have, and that's why I call my business, my nonprofit, and my for-profit is Modern Day Media and Marketing, and my nonprofit is Modern Day Ministries. And it's just kind of, everything is kind of coming full circle on why I called it that, why God gave me that vision like that. Because it really is, we have to apply biblical teachings and biblical practice in a modern day setting, so that we can catch on, so we can do the bartering, the trading, if somebody ain't got money, hey, if you got digital skills and I got branding skills, you gonna do this work for me, I'm gonna do this work for you. If you got marketing skills and I got AI skills, right, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much what the world is gonna be. Everybody worried about money and bank accounts, but slowly but surely, money ain't finna mean nothing. It ain't gonna mean a hill of beans. The only thing that's gonna matter is, where's your intellect? What is your knowledge? Or how resourceful are you? And I'm the kind of what I mean. Mama taught us how to cook a full meal with an onion and some water. You know what I mean? So I'll never, I know how to work with what I got. I know how to save. I know how to ration. I know how to strategize. And that's what we need to do. It's not that we need to boycott. We need to spend. We have to spend. We have to stimulate, but we have to do it for us and do it free-heartedly. It's one thing about, it's something about this stinginess and this bare minimum in our culture. It's like, okay, we'll spend. I almost broke myself. I couldn't. I said I can't spend. Not if I spend it was almost that too. I didn't even have money to get my Uber to the airport. I spent so much money on Black products when I went to Invest Fest, and it's like, it's 10,000 booths up in here. I can't speak, you know what I mean? Even if I spend $1, it's somebody gonna get missed, but it's enough of us to, you know, to really make a difference and make an impact, and stop being stingy with it. You know, that's my
We are
piece.
the 8th richest nation, African Americans. I thought it was
But I don't even
7th.
think it's that. I think we're the absolute first. Cause all the gold, the precious stones, the precious metals, the things that we are the richest nation. We just don't hold our own wealth. You know what I
You
mean?
said African Americans are the richest.
Yeah,
nation?
we just don't hold our wealth. They hold it.
I have to disagree. Africans.
Oh,
African.
Oh, the indigenous.
The indigenous Africans, those over there that still finding all this, for lack of all the different knowledge of all the things that they have, we're gonna say vibranium, okay?
Right.
All the vibranium over there.
Right.
They got the gold, they got the silver, they got the magnetic, they got everything to power the whole world. Right? Mm-hmm. We're the 8th. Mm-hmm. We don't have what they have. We don't own what they own over there. Mm-hmm. So I will have to say that. Now, is it our inheritance? I will say absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's different. Mm-hmm. As far as the Black Friday, the first original Black Friday was us on the chopping block, on the auction block. On the auction block. We are the Black Friday merchandise. Mm-hmm. So now they've turned us into from merchandise to the big spenders. Right. I would definitely have to say, you know, you have to be worthy of my money. I'm not just spending with you just because you black. And then there's a lot of blackface stuff also. It's a lot of things going on that we have to be cognizant of. Yeah, that really going behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I'm not just spending just to spend. Get my money, you earn my money. Right. Another thing, I do have, because I used to, it was called, what was it? BB something. It was a couple from like Baltimore, Boston that came to Cleveland, Ohio. And it was a Black Business Directory. And they used to have it. It was the Green Book back in the day, where you had to have it out of necessity to know where all the black hotels were, the black gas stations were. So if you were in a place, that you wouldn't possibly get lynched when you were traveling on the road. Mm-hmm. Now, I must say this, and I'm just going to go ahead and set it off. My intellectual property, I give it freely, but now I used to give it freely. Now I'm about to be on some other stuff. Because I gave this information to, and I'll say one of my elders at church, Larice Purnell. The Word Church was the #1 mega church in Cleveland, Ohio. While I was at the Cleveland Renaissance Movement organizational meeting, and we were part of the finance, right? And everybody wanted to do the parties and things like that. So I'm like, somebody has to go and do the finance. And Elder Purnell actually ended up being part of the finance, which he was Pastor Dr. R.A. Vernon's money man, okay? So I shared this information with him about the Black Business Directory. I said, go ahead. And I didn't tell him I needed my credit for that. So I'm not even about to sit here and shame him like that. But what I'm saying is, 2 things came out of that meeting. One was Triumph Magazine. That was my brainchild. Because I said we need to control our media, control the things. And out of that sparked Triumph Magazine. I'm not sure if it's still in circulation in Cleveland, Ohio, but it was very major, very beautifully put together, eloquently. And then the Real Black Friday, which was my brainchild as well. It turned into probably at least a very lucrative event that was held, and it was held yearly, and now it's held, I guess, when it gets around to it. But neither here nor there. It's really nothing but something to do. Especially with the automation and AI. It's a matter of sitting down, building it out, and just letting everybody chime in, and then figuring out how to go about monitoring who's actually in and who's posting and how they're posting. And if we're going to charge, I'll get the details going, but it's nothing but something to do for real. Yeah. Yeah? Right. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And these are, we're in the makings. You know what I mean? Like these lives from here on out. And you're absolutely right. Because I'm just like my community and my people know me as the queen of free game. You know what I mean? I have been like Brother Dumar for quite some time, just dropping jewels, jewels, jewels after jewels after jewels. And at this point, we do need to, start protecting our IP and putting some tags behind it, because what I see that's very visible is that we're going to do right with the money. You know what I mean? Our heart is for the people. You know what I mean? And it's not too many hearts out here for the people, and our hearts are truly for the people, and God knows that. And I think, like I said, I don't even know. It was just like I woke up in a different stratosphere today, and I just knew, like today is going to be a different day for the, what I mean, like just when I knew, like she asked me, the woman on the show, she asked me if I desire to have a husband. And I mean, of course, who does, you know what I mean, like we weren't made to be alone. So I do desire that, but I don't desire that above what God has for me. But he showed me, like I almost want to say I can see into the future, like he showed me, my husband and that whole, process and stuff. So I already know what it is, but um timing is everything. It's like, just like what we're doing. We can't until like when once the minor kinks and things have been like, because we are like literally, I shared this with Brother Dumar. This I'm not gonna say on live. We're gonna have this conversation sidebar, but we are the council. We really are the council. You know what I mean? And
We create.
right, and so that's going to come. It I already know. You know what I mean? It's going to come with a lot of weight. It's going to come with a lot of responsibility.
No, I don't receive that.
I do, but it's
It's
but
divine order. It's divine order.
yeah, but what I'm
But I'm gonna have to disagree. Please don't speak that over us. It's gonna be a-okay.
yeah, it's absolutely, it's going to be
Heavy,
beautiful,
all this
but
other stuff. That's a bit.
I didn't say heavy. I said weight. Like it's but God built us for that. You know what I mean? That we are strength of the strength. We are the foundational pieces. He wouldn't give foundational pieces to people that would crack. You know what I mean? He wouldn't get we yeah, so it is, but it's going to be absolute, and I do everything light. Like even though, the I do everything. I laugh through everything. I'm telling you, like that's the only way that I have learned how to adapt and move through life. Is like I'm gonna laugh that off. That hurts so bad that I'm gonna laugh until my kidneys hurt. You know what I mean? I'm a laugh about it and then cry, like, you know what I mean? That's that, a smile now, cry later. It really be that, And so I don't take on anything like as a burden, because God don't give us burdens that we can't bear. And then he always says, take his uh give it to him, because his yoke is light. And you can't, none of these
His
dark
burden is easy and his
yoke is light, right? And none of these dark principalities.
His burden is easy though. Don't leave it out.
Yeah, his burden is easy.
All of that.
It is
And
easy,
his yoke is light.
right? But you have to have opposites. So we can't fight, darkness with heavy spirits. We have to be lighthearted. You know what I mean? You have to, you know, laugh your way through it, smile your way through it, have joy the way through it. Like, like I said, when I be on my feet, like literally all day, all day, all day, still haven't eaten, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I'll be in my own zone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what be in my battery pack. It's just like I'm on go.
That battery pack hit different when it's full with the Holy Ghost.
It do.
It hit different.
It
I
absolutely.
almost died back in May, and when I tell you I almost died and I was so high,
Yeah.
the only thing that saved me was I listened to God say, "Baby, what good is a man to gain the world to lose their soul?" Because I was on my way to work.
Wow.
They was like, had you not came up in here, you might not be. You was pretty much a goner. So I get what you said with that battery pack.
Yeah, that it is.
It's in that battery pack.
Right.
Yeah,
it
different.
do.
I received that.
It do. And I want to infect the world. Like, we have so much good energy and good vibration, that I really do. I want to infect the whole world. And that's why, you know what I mean? Like, I feel DeMar when he be like, love is love. Like,
Yes.
you can't. I feel like without love, nothing can live without love. Nothing, you can't, you know what I mean? Love is love is love. Love is life. You know what I mean? Like, love is life, and the more love you give, the more life you have. You know?
I just got chills.
Yeah. So like, why be stingy? Well, I'm not gonna be stingy with my love. If I get hurt in the process, oh well. Then you know what I mean. Chalk it up to the experience. I've never been like that afraid. I never been afraid. I never been afraid to loving hard, to loving wholeheartedly, to loving to be afraid. I never been afraid of what I want. That, you know what I mean. So why would I be afraid of what I want? People went around here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm afraid. I don't want folks to see me with my nose wide open for this woman. I don't want to. Give me a king. I'm finna kiss his feet. You know what I mean? Like, well, I don't care where you at. I'm pulling up just so I can kiss your feet. You know what I mean? Like, that's me. Like, that's me. Like, who wouldn't want that? Like that. That's not. What's there to be ashamed about love? I don't get. I really don't. I just. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, people just be trying to be too cool for no reason. Because at the end of the day, who really care? And at the end of the day,
please let me interject.
Mm-hmm.
That is beautiful, right? I've been studying.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Brother, please tell me, and you might not. I don't know. Please interject. The people and the love doctors that I follow, the information that I've been getting with the uploads on how the man is hardwired and the woman is hardwired. Even Bible speaks on this. The man is the mind. The man is the mind. The woman is the heart and the womb. And it's said that the more a woman gives, the less value she presents. If I'm wrong, please let me know. The more available, the more that you do for him, okay? And it becomes less valuable. Like, when you see, in my experience of watching people, a doggish woman, right? A doggish woman. I ain't giving him my time out. And I have to say that with my husband, I was like, why was he chasing me down like that? Like, it was crazy, but I was at a time in my life where I just did not care. I was like, I don't want no kids. I don't want, we could just kick it. I love you, boo, boo, boo. It wasn't like, let me kiss your feet. Let me love on you, boo, boo, boo. Even though that's my heart. You know what I mean? I'm right there with you. But the more that the man does for the woman, the more that he pours into the woman, the more valuable she becomes to him. The less, not necessarily available, but the more that she has her own life, her own schedule, that it more intrigues him to want to be with her opposed to her hovering over him and showering the love. Now, I'm just putting it out there, and I would like answers. Since we all here in this divine sacred safe space.
It just made me just think real deeper into what you just said, but I feel like that. I understand that because it's like I always had something in my head, but no, that's right. And the reason why it's right because it's like y'all gonna do it together to where if a woman will have something going on, then you got something going on. That's the structure part. Like if y'all both got structure, then it's like y'all both got structure, y'all both got something going on. But it's like if y'all gonna both, whether y'all gonna add it together or you know what I'm saying, but it's like that's what it is. And the reason why I say this is because that makes sense because it's the stimulation, it's the elevation because anything in the structure is going to elevate. So it's like with the structure, so it's like I get that, I understand that. They were like even when it like I think about it, it's like that's why if you got a man and a woman, that's like in the beginning. If you got a female, she got what she got going on, and he got what he got going on. But it's like they can really come together and figure it out. But even at the top, they're still feeling at the top. The same way they feeling at the bottom, they feeling at the top too. Because it's like both sides got something. So it's like when the man comes, he might feel like a female should this, and she's still feeling however she feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like it still don't be working out with people, but the way that it should be is yeah, because my thing is this is like that's like stimulation for me. It's like if female don't got something going on, it's just like that just can't be because we have to be elevating and growing. I say even if y'all met and y'all both didn't have nothing, I say if we come to the table and you be like, man, I don't got nothing. And I'll be like, man, I don't got nothing. But I'll be like, man, like, I got a mind, though. And we can just this, and we can build our credit up. And if you, like, say if y'all do come up with a 30-day plan, then it's like, y'all both built your credit, y'all both working, y'all both start getting cash bonus, then y'all come to that point to where it been working out, and y'all like, man, we go half on the car. We could both, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it can really work from the bottom, too, so. Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's the like ever since I came home from doing time, people definitely quit like even trying to do certain things. Yeah.
Right. Right. No.
Yeah, they hold it.
Right.
So on the whole, it's like to me, that's why I said I'm gonna tell you this. I'm in Beaver County, so it's like Beaver County different than the whole world. Like the world is different than Beaver County, but it's like here, it's like it's bad. It's like to the point to where like the females, it's like they don't got nothing going on. Like working doesn't count because it's about like whether you get a business, but you got to create something to elevate and just have more. Because like I'm gonna tell you this, right? I did at least 15 years down. So me coming out, it's like the people my age, whatever they saying right now, it's like they didn't do it for 15 years.
Yeah.
Not to say that they couldn't elevate it and came to a realization now and grew and really be on that. But I don't even care if you say that, man. You could give them 10%. I would say give them 5%. But I don't care if you said 10%. That's only 10%, and the other 90 is still where they was when I first started my business. You know what I'm saying 15 years ago. So it's like I don't know, because my thing is this: what could you have really learned? You know what I'm saying? And if you say you did learn it, just show me that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, show me what you so like. It's just bad. And my thing is that I'm not even, just like you said, I'm even past talk, because I'm definitely not talking down on. I'm just saying reality, but I'm past that on just saying like, man, I feel like even as a group, I just want people. I just want people to feel like, even if they don't got like a certain plan, or I want them to feel as though like, man, like we need to try more though. You got that level, and then the other ones like us, to where we ain't on some just trying. It's just like, no, like we're going to make this happen.
Like some people, you gonna have to be. We gonna have to kind of baby step through. It's not that they don't want to. It's just that they just don't know how. You know. But it's two things, if I might say, about what Ice has said in her statement, you know, about the being available and this and that. You know, first and foremost, and that was my problem with one of um the ladies that was asking for relationship advice with her dude that was Jamaican, and they had different religious beliefs, and she was saying, you know, they had been together for 2 years, and she wanted to see if it was going to work or whatever. First of all, if a man,
2 years is enough.
You're right. Right. 2 years. 2 years isn't 2 years. Right. It's enough, because let me tell. Let me tell you my blueprint. You know, and this was always my blueprint. But a guy, a man of God, you know, if he sees that his woman is that, it's not that she don't have her own life and her own things going on and what, but making herself readily available, you know what I mean, for his needs, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, you know, like um, you know, ring around the you know, following, you know, just all up on, you know, but I feel like I'm gonna have that the kind of relationship where we gonna want to be, you know what I mean? Like if we a team, I'm gonna need my teammate. My part, that's gonna be my partner in life. We gonna ride together, we gonna have fun, we gonna have fun together, we gonna turn up together, we gonna get money together, we gonna be successful together. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be no fun without, you know what I mean, my mate. So we gonna naturally want to be together. But a man that's not submitted to God, if he sees a woman, you know, that's pulling out all the stops and making herself available to him, yeah, he gonna mistreat that, which is what a lot of this is happening. You know what I mean? Not having those standards. You know, now as far as like the building go, you know, like in every relationship I've ever been in, you know, and even more so now that I'm like, you know, you ain't getting no cookie until we get that covenant, you know. But year one is get to know a person in the relation, you know, like relationship future goals and all that. If come that second year, if we don't have no kind of asset together, if we don't have no kind of joint space together, if we don't have a car, you know, we either financing a car, buying into a timeshare, investing into some real estate, and, you know, putting some money together. If we haven't made some kind of tangible asset investment together, and within that second year, we done. it's game over because you ain't been, because I didn't wasted
Now,
that first year getting to know you. Now you want to play with this second year and we ain't got nothing to show for it. Give me 20 years. Get like, I know some people that have been in relationship for almost 20 years and have nothing to show for it. Like nothing. If I got a head like I got, you know what I mean, and that head is actually over me, so that mean that head got more than what this head got, and we put them heads together, and you talking about in 5 years, 10 years, we ain't making some sounds investments, some big money plays, some, you know what I mean, some boss moves. Then you it's game over. Who life you finna waste? Because it's not finna be mine. You know, so I think the people need to really have some, you know, like some kind of visualization and some kind of standard of, you know, like ultimately what do you want out of life? You know, because
we gonna have to come with some guidelines and some bylaws. Brother was about to speak. I want to interject as well, but I know Beloved was gonna have. He has something to say.
Go ahead.
As well, I'm not cutting you off to say let him speak. I'm just, well, I know I need to try.
But
this what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is this. I like this from me studying too. Like me personally, it's like, and this is just for all of us. It's like there was never no manual of life. So you take the Bible and we could read, we could understand, we could believe everything. So it's like you could believe the principles, but when you going through it and you feeling them emotions,
yeah,
and this and that, it's like you react different to them. So it's like certain things. And me personally, I don't know. I just been thinking like deeper into that. Just meaning like, it's just going. When it comes to that, it's going to take a lot. And the reason why I say it is because of this, right? I look at older people, and I'm 42, and they might be someone they like in their 70s, and they've been together, and it's like the world was different then. But I need the people that's like in this world now. You know what I'm saying? It's like in their 40s. So where it's like in their 40s is different. Like the mindset is different. The way that we act, how we look at things. So it's like we're gonna have to do a lot of reprogramming. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Scrapping.
Myself, like I just see it. I see it, and I study it. So like, I always just ask myself, like, how would, and it would
Did you shower?
be
Get
like,
ready for bed?
It would just be like us right now, like
did you shower and get ready for bed?
We started up, and
it's
then
that time.
From the start up,
you can play with your baby once you get cleaned up. Don't mess with him. He went to sleep, but he's not bothering me.
Yeah, from the start up. Yeah, just from the start up. We that's what I'm saying. It's like it would be on us to build it because.
Okay.
I don't know.
You go get your stuff together so you can take a shower and get ready for bed. Okay.
I don't see what I feel as though I'm supposed to see when it comes to life, and I see that when it comes to relationships, because listen what I'm saying. I hear people all day, man, but hearing them and the action level that literally saying it, it's just like that just ain't there. Like, and like me watching stuff, like I might watch like something like it might be Ice Cube, or I don't care if you go to like someone like Kobe. Like Kobe had problems in his, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, and I just be sitting back. And like that's my thing to me. I just feel like everything just needs to just go back to the beginning. Like literally, like everybody has to go back.
Wash the board clear.
Yeah, and just start retraining themselves and like going slow. And it's gonna be a whole bunch of control will having self-control that people is not going to pay. People is...
That's why. That's what you.
That's all that.
Right, and where you finish
Then they
or
gonna follow that order.
okay? Is it your turn? Is it your turn to speak? Go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Quick Pause.
I apologize for course correcting, but I have to, and I might just course correct mentally because I've been battling this with myself because I know I've been anal retentive with it. So my apologies, but I'll be having to do it because I need our energy to be right. Yeah, thank you all for having patience with that. And being willing to hear me and to acquiesce to it, not necessarily just because you're acquiescing, but I believe that you really know that my intention is absolutely for the utmost upliftment of us all, because it's not just us three in the room, it's the masses that are here with us now and the ones to come after that will touch, you know. So yes, they're gonna fall right on in line. Alhamdulillah, I found myself. I will say, and I'm supposed to have my notebook, but I didn't grab it. I'm pulling it out. But first off, your husband, right? That's the one who you do these things for. Personally, you not gonna get close to me. And this is some things that I've heard from high value, high level men, is that you not even supposed to be on the radar for nothing and no one. You're supposed to be so knee deep in your purpose that by the time you look up and he boom, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, you know what I mean? We goal chasing, we doing what we supposed to be doing. So just our divinity is to draw. And as I said before, I'm on my deen as far as my wellness, my life, becoming an oracle, which is the righteous place as I am learning, as I am seasoning up, that once a woman comes from childbearing years and God sees fit to continue to have you here, that now it is your place to be the mother, the queen mother of all, and to share that knowledge. So with that being said, when it comes to relationships for me, I have experienced the greatest love of my life. If I never ever experience love again, I have done that. I will definitely say I am one of those scaredy cats because I have been through a lot, and I don't want to bleed on people who did not cut me. You know what I'm saying? So I still have a lot of shadow work within myself, as well as when we think about our time, our energy, and our love. I think of Maya Angelou and kingdom building, and there was a reel that I saw, and she said, you know, we can think that we're cute, we can, you know, you're handsome, you're fine, but that doesn't mean we're supposed to be lovers. I would much rather be able to be your friend, be your sister, see what you're really about. You know what I'm saying? This is what, when I moved to the hood, when I was 13, I'm going to say 13, they was like, everybody's trying to get me. I'm like, yeah, no. I'm about to sit here and watch what y'all do. And sure enough, all the boys be walking back and forth with different girls all day. Don't come smiling in my face. I see exactly what you're doing. And my one neighbor, he's my brother for life, he said, the difference between you is you sat there and you watched what we did. That's why we couldn't never get nothing off on you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I personally love the love from a man that is my friend, that is my brother, opposed to my lover off top. The reason being, for me, in my experiences, is that when you love a woman for who she is, as your sister, as your friend, and you might even think she's pretty and cute, but I'm gonna get more out of you. I'm gonna get more love out of you. I'm gonna get more respect out of you. I'm gonna be able to call you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if your girl's sitting right there. You gonna ball out if I call you. You want some trash is going on? I know I'm locked in. I got your heart. And then after we are able to see what's really good, it's possible. But for me, for the most part, right now, I'm on my dean. And that's what it is, you know? That's my piece.
Yeah. I just, and you right. Like, that saying hurt people. Um,
Come on now.
and that is absolutely true. So you definitely, and even just being self-conscious of that, knowing that you're still hurt, knowing that you're still wounded, knowing that you know what I mean, I don't need to be on that level. I'm focused on the
Give one thing real quick. One of my friends came, when I first moved down here, my first year, one of my friends, my brothers came down here from Cleveland. He said, Ice, why you still single? I said, because I'm crazy.
right.
I'm crazy.
Right.
He said, why you still single? I know what it was, because you don't just fly from Cleveland to ask me why I'm still single. I just had to be for real. Like, I am nuts, so I don't. He was like, okay, I'm going to go back to Cleveland.
Yeah. I had
Where you at?
Yeah, I'm crazy too. Like I had this thing in my head for a long time that when I would see a man's shoes in the floor, I would get like heartless mad, you know what I mean? And it would be like my sons, my oldest sons, because it would usually be me picking them up. You know what I mean? And so and I'm even like that now with the but I'm more so with them, just teaching them the neatness and the tidiness, and my purpose is not to come and pick up your shoes. You know what I'm saying? Um but right, but I just feel like you my only focus our only focus should be on ourselves. Like I'm not tripping, not sweating, not stutting. Like, if you can't, people have to be honest and say, like, if I can't have a real conversation with you, you know what I mean, which is a lot of people that have been together for years still can't have like real conversations with each other. No, you know what I mean? Like, if I tell you, such and such did this, and it hurt, or tell you something personal about myself, or just whatever the case may be. Like, if I can't talk to you and know that what we talk about is not finna be fed to the masses and for the streets, and right, you know what I mean, then we can't be nothing. You know what I mean? So it's a lot, that's where you have all these trust issues, where people are in relationships with people that they don't trust because they haven't built the friendship first. Like, you need to be right. You got to be a friend to me before you can be a lover, because at certain
This is what I would say to my babies. And I say this to all young couples and people dating. Always remain in marriage. Always remain best friends.
you have to be.
Always remain.
You have to
I'm
be.
not gonna want to hurt my best friend. I'm not gonna want to hurt them.
Right.
Does that mean I won't hurt them? That doesn't. But it won't be intentional.
Right.
And then we can work through that. It's when we lose all things. And I am a widow. I have not remarried. I did divorce. We've divorced. And in the time that we separated, we stopped being friends. Because we was cut buddies. When I say we was cut buddies, we was that couple, Bonnie and Clyde. Here come trouble. They knew what it was, right? Then I'm gonna go ahead and this is gonna be my piece. Please thank you for allowing me to chime in on your wisdom. And that's what I like, chime in on the wisdom. My father and his second wife, my mother was his first wife. They worked and built $1 million company together, sales painting. Until she passed, they would literally go through their whole 365, 24/7 together for like 20 some odd years. You know what I mean? And it really absolutely has to be the willingness of the two and the agreement of the two, because all relationships are not the same. And we are in a day and an age where we do not have to lie to kick it. You know what I'm saying? It's just too many kinds of freaking relationships and covenants. We don't have to necessarily go down to the courthouse. We don't have to go down to the church. We don't necessarily have to jump the broom. We don't necessarily have to do whatever. We have our own covenant, our own agreement with thee. And with that being said, we are gonna have to wrap up kind of soon because I did take my sleep pill.
Right. We on a 110 minutes on my YouTube live. I don't know how many people gonna watch this, but if they,
way before we was on here.
yeah, I had to go out, and I'm going to pray. You know, whoever watched this all the way through, and I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write write a letter or send an email, to Ryan and Tyshawn. You know, like, I do, you know, love the work.
What did they end up? What did they do to you? They kicked you off?
Oh, they was just like, yeah, we're going to have to go and go to the, you know, take the next caller, because it was other people waiting
They
to,
was on some trash.
right, you
They was
know,
on trash.
and
Okay,
so,
but
you
now
know,
you have
but
your own platform.
I absolutely do, but I just, you know, really wanted to end on a, all love, you know, just a positive.
Everybody's not your enemy, and everybody don't love you, Queen Pie. That's where we differ.
Yeah.
You're like, it's all love on your behalf. That don't mean everybody loves you like
Well, I'm not out here. Well, yeah, and it's and I think, and it's like, it wasn't so much of, because it wasn't them that were given that information. It was just their platform. But at any rate, you know, I'm going to, you know, just end with saying, right, you know, like, you are right, and at some point you do have to draw a line in the sand, and say, okay, if this is what you own, you're gonna be over there. This is what I'm on. I'm gonna be on here, and really be about that, and I am. But, you know, for
don't cross the line either.
right, you know, for anyone, you know, I want to end with saying, work on self. If you single, enjoy being single, enjoy where God have you. Do your work. You can never, and it's not by happenstance. I didn't pick my name, my mother did, my creator did. You know, be a narcissist, but be it in a good way. Love yourself, love on yourself, fall in love with yourself. You know, I do too. You know, like, like, I am the hottest thing smoking. I am beautifully, fearfully, wonderfully made. Know that about yourself. Know what you're worth. Know that you don't have to go looking for nothing, because I am the prize. I am the prize. Absolutely. You know, and just and receive that, you know, be in your divine feminine energy, which is all that in a bag of chips, you know, with a little sugar and spice, at the same time, and everything nice, you know, and it's all gravy, because that's the sugar and the spice is how we are still standing here today, how we are where we are today. We know how to be sweet, but we know when to set your, you know what, on fire. Right. So, but it was a beautiful segment. Tomorrow is Friday. Are we breaking tomorrow? Who's on tomorrow? No, but I think it's Brother Free Game.
What I is that it's gonna automatically rotate because it's three of us. Just the way that the days go. So
we should have a day off.
Today. You are no.
You don't want to take no. Okay.
No. He said we gonna. He put us on the track. He said we on every day.
He put us on the track. You so funny. He did.
And we gonna start.
He did.
A day.
and he's so cool with it. It's what I love. You know what I mean? That's what I love about his divine masculine is he put it in a way to where you can't say no. Oh, you see you. Oh, you gonna try? You gonna put the camera on? You so funny.
He was like, "You
You right like Genie, huh? Like there you are, Sultan. There you are, Your Majesty. Your his.
And we got homework to do. You got y'all go find the money. When starting now, don't play with him.
Don't.
We gonna start when tonight. It was 10 o'clock. You like we going?
You on me? You're on mute. We can't hear
I don't
you.
normally do this for nobody, but I'm gonna go ahead on. I'm gonna go on this live here. I'm gonna go ahead and make it do what it do. It make a whole lot of sense.
Right, right.
We got a gang of footage in just 1 week. So now we ain't letting off of nobody's neck.
Yeah, we mashing the gas, huh? We'll let the king in tonight. We'll let the king. Oh, go.
I need some. Okay, so BMX, I was watching his story today. He came up with hustle, hard, hustle. I was like, whoa, this what we on today?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we out here. We hustling. It's live. It's full throttle. We ain't letting off no gas. We got so much work to do. Behind the scenes, I'm like, we gotta link on the money. We gotta put it all together because it's yesterday.
Yeah, like I said,
We done took over. Now it's time.
Yeah, yeah. I have officially, like finished with my house projects. And so things are set up to where I really can go live anywhere in my house. And so I can leave the iPad one place, leave a phone one place, leave a camera one place. And so that's what it's really finna be because it is time to get to the money. Queen is needed in racking up the scratch and just bringing. I really want to bring my kings to the table. I have strong faith that if we just have that meeting of the minds, and that'll be one off or maybe next segment, to where I want to put a round table, together for the men off waves. You know what I mean? Like, you right. Some things have to be done behind camera, and then when it's time for it to be manifested, then it will make its presence known. But yeah, that it had to be a king leading to get this going, and we definitely we definitely making some waves and some splash. So we will let the king do the closing, Your Majesty.
Yeah. Did he close it? He close it and then we sign off, or how we rolling with this?
Yeah.
Once you
So
say
he closes and then we each sign off.
Yeah, he's closing, and then we signing off. Unless we want to give
Okay,
our location.
Yeah, that's the sign off.
Yeah, not.
Oh, he said he wanted to shoot. Hey, listen, we can let some people on next time.
Somebody want to be on?
We tapped out. We done been on 2 hours now.
No. I said the next time.
Right.
Yeah, because we shouldn't let him leave. It's okay. God is a healer.
Yeah, what I was gonna say to close it out, and I wrote out everything, the blueprints. I'm gonna just send y'all 2 of them, but that's the next step for us is to for everybody we know there's somebody that's gonna be about us reaching out to them to collab with us because and my thing with y'all stuff, Ice Beaver, I know you got a book, so you would be pushing your book because we would definitely be on producing. I'm gonna produce that, and then my sister, whatever you got to produce, it's gonna be the us pushing the knowledge to the kids. So we're gonna definitely tap into that. But my thing is this: even with them, it's like they need a different perception. Even like, I don't care if it's Pop Kids, 19 Kids, like they need other people, just to enlighten the kids. Where we just trying to just connect the link. Exactly what they supposed to be doing.
I have.
We're going to them.
I won't share it now. I won't share it now. I did that before, Ice, and I got in, and it shot me in foot. I'm not with this one, so okay.
Okay. Yeah, baby. Don't do it.
Oh no, but that's the name. It's just like I said, affiliating and the unity. I know, Miss Ice Baby, you said something about somebody who's somebody that and whoever else that's our real homework, is to come up with like 5 to 10 people and get it, or 5 to 10 people to connect, and then we go all link. And for the actual blueprint of it, I had already sent it to y'all. I'm gonna still make another one on top of that anyway, though, because I feel like the other one is even better than that, even though that one is right.
I love it.
I said that because that's why I said we already have everything. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just on us to just push it. Like we kind of push the button.
Push through, yes. Beloved, I'm about to really fall out. I have to cut myself off. I'm literally going. I'm starting to perspire. I ain't went nowhere. I ain't even busted great.
Oh.
I gotta go to bed. I gotta take it to these cosmos.
Okay.
I love y'all so much.
I'm about to go to sleep too.
Mm-hmm. I need to make my tea.
All right. How can we find y'all? What's your first?
I'm gonna put mine. I always put mine in here. Just make it easy.
Yeah, there's always pin it.
Yeah, it's always easier that way. But that's right.
Don't wake him up.
And my main books I want to tell everybody is 12 Fundamental Rules of Life. That's all the principles, the answers to our problems, everything that we need. That's what it is, everything we need. And the other one is just free money, which is credit. Them is my main 2 points on there. But that's my piece, man. And love is love.
Yeah, beautiful, so beautiful. Queenie Pie.
You can find me on YouTube, Conversations with Queen. On Instagram, I am Media Queen. I am here for all the smoke. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am.
You didn't see that coming, huh?
You can choose that. And she really is, though. That's the whole part in a nutshell. No. We don't have time to be going up against the bullshit. It's smooth sailing, Miss Ma'am.
Bring some people over. We need to get some of theirs.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm sleepy. I done had drugs.
We want them too.
I can't. I don't got the mental capacity no more. Y'all see I've been over here.
Yeah. We can still.
But I've been waving, baby. Okay.
If you don't put my baby down, I love you. It has been a phenomenal episode. For those that are tuned in, watching on my live, this is live. This is real time. This is real life. And I don't have time to play no games. This is who I am. This is me. This is me. You know, I am truly about my Father's business, which is kingdom building, and I stand on it. And I'll go on anybody's platform that I feel like is leading are leading his people astray, because people want the knowledge, and they want to know, and they need to know the right thing. They need to know the right thing. And I'm going to give it to you for free. You ain't got to buy my book. You ain't got, if you like to like, subscribe, and share, that's all cool and fine. But I'm not looking to YouTube to make no money, because God provide for me, and I'm going to get to it other ways. So I am Media Queen. You have been watching a collaboration of the High Level Council on iStyle Productions on Instagram, my brother Free Game, my sister in life, my partner, Miss Ice Baby. And this has been an Iced Out. I am Media Queen. I am Media Queen and Free Game Production.
Love is love.
Like and subscribe for more.
I'm gonna sign off now.
Yes, me too. Me too. That tea looks wonderful. I love you. Get you
It's
some.
gonna be the Friday night kickback.
Yeah.
Right here on Iced Out Productions. It's gonna be we're gonna keep it light. I'm gonna get some, coolish type topics going.
Okay.
And whatever Allah sends me, but I wanna Friday. I'm happy. Personally, I can stay up a little later, and we can chime in and go a little deep diving on some things. And I really look forward to it. I appreciate y'all's energy. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be real heavy tonight. I was like, oh my, it was so sweet. I'm so grateful.
I'm a sweetie pie. Like I said, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm with all the smoke, but.
Don't talk about the topics.
Oh, yeah. Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna counter two things. I'm a counter beloved Queen Mother when she said, "Kid, I see myself in a baby." I'm a counter that, and it was something else that I want to expound upon. And then also I want to say, if there's anything that we have touched on, we should wrap up it, because I have a lot of epiphanies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying, revelation, so that we have a time and a space to share that epiphany. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're going to chime in 10 o'clock. And it's going to be all love, all light, all queendom, all kingdom building. High level council, babies.
I can't do can I do it? Love is love. Love is love.
And we use going to have to change the divine every time, too.
Okay.
What is it?
We're going to have to change it.
We need to know our time, too, Mountain time.
7. That's 7 o'clock.
I'm going to leave that on you whenever you're ready to change it to 9.
What you mean?
Just.
Now I'm confused. What you say, dear?
Changing it to 9 o'clock versus 10.
Oh, you want to go to 9?
Yeah, cause y'all be cutting into the next day.
Be so sweet.
Y'all some troopers.
I'm cool with it. Let's start at 9 tomorrow.
Okay, I'm with it.
I'm cool with it.
I'm with it too. I'm with it
We all
too.
agree?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I'm here for it.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
I'll see y'all tomorrow at 9 when our council convene.
All right. Peace, love, and light. Yay.
Love and light.
Love is love. Peace to the gods. Talk later. All right. Peace and blessings.